A lot of TLC went into this project. We ended up going with a gray. You'll kind of see it. It's kind of a color changing gray depending on how the light goes around the house. But we went with a gray called Proper Gray on the siding here. And this is Passion Purple on the door. And so we did that on all the doors. We've got tricorn black on this roof. And if we go back to the beginning pictures, you'll see some rusting on the gutters, some rusting on the roof. So we have primed all of those with a rust inhibitive primer intended for roofing. Now this was tricky because all of these black windows had to be masked off entirely because they're brand new and they're gorgeous. Now we left the gutters that were brand new. We left those and protected those, and all the wood softening underneath we have treated in a full scraping and caulking of some of the non-expansion joints. There are some splits and stuff in there. So we caulked those up, primed them out in an oil-based primer, because that's going to help us lubricate the wood and make sure that you know, it's not all just drying on the surface, but you know, penetrating into the wood so everything sticks longer. You'll see these posts. Concrete's still good. It was a little patinaed and looking up. Sometimes patina is good, sometimes it's not. Anyhow, we finished these in a waterproofing product and 2 coats Locks on XP from Sherwin. We also have to make sure that if we are sealing up this area, that we're also sealing up from the top side too. Not that it's going to completely stop water from getting in there, but it'll slow it down so nothing gets trapped here inside and wants to come back out through the sun this way. Look at that purple passionate door. I just love it with the rest of this house, because as we step out here and look, it almost completely turns the color of this Proper Gray on the outside and leans towards a really nice subtle violet undertone. It's so subtle that it looks gray, but it just has a nice undertone of slight violet, just to kind of add some warmth to the house and a little extra dimension that you don't get sometimes on some of the standard grays and grayish, the gray / beiges, and some of those other colors that are popular, which I'm not against those colors, but it's fun to use something different. Now we did some wood replacement throughout the house. We get extensive in some areas. We can follow here along the soffit and see how nicely done and tight that is for how heavily it was peeling and scraping. I mean, the same thing can be said for the siding of the house. Again, we went with the flat because, you know, this wood is aged and patinaed, and we weren't going to be removing it all. We still have the nice purple pop of the door, framed in by the tricorn black pillars, and then we stayed with the white inset around the door. And across the back side of the house, there was a large gas pipe that ran down through here and tied into the ceiling up there. Our customer was kind enough, well, they wanted it gone, so they had it capped. Tightened up as much on this house as we could.